Welcome to my channel Manor Studios. For more content like this, please like and subscribe.
Mama hates who? Watching documentaries again.
The Children of the Tri-Sun. A lore chronicle from the world of Cleaves. The twilight of man. The Black Lion, the Butcher of Cleaves, first of his name. The Crimson King, all hail the Golden Spear, the Forger of Worlds. For he hath brought us from the darkness unto the light, for we are righteous. For we once, slaves to fear, have conquered Cleaves, the world of the Tri-Sun. The world that bathes in twilight even unto the void and beyond, to the great beacon of hope. For we made boys unto men and men unto legends. We bend the world unto our will and never forget the twilight of man. We were weak, lost unto darkness, until we saw the light. The children of the Tri-Sun, the people of Cleaves, worship three dominant suns in a trinary orbit, each with their own name, culture, and power drawn from the hyperforce, an omniversal energy accessible only through discipline and ancient rites. Sul-Ra, the crimson flame, the red sun of strength. Worshippers of Sul-Ra are warriors, gladiators, and builders of the physical world. They develop incredible musculature and endurance, and many serve as the elite vanguard in the Crimson Wave army. Nerutech, the azure wing, the blue sun of speed. Tribes under Nerute prize agility and aerial mastery. They are sky dancers, spies, and messengers, known for wielding the light wings in battle. Zarkul, the emerald mind, the green sun of intelligence. These are the scholars, engineers, and tacticians. From their forges and mines were born the first hyperships and the lore-bound books of Kata and Gun Kata. Zorax, the yellow pulse, the berserker sun. Rarely worshipped, this volatile sun grants erratic surges of power. Followers often lose themselves in combat, tapping into near-demonic strength. The hidden sun, Noxtor, the black star. A secret sun that appears only in visions. It is the source of demigod potential, accessible by only the rarest of mortals. Those who master more than one element of the hyperforce often trace their lineage to Noxtor. Most citizens of Cleaves only channel one sun. Masters of two are seen as nobles, scholars, or generals. Rumors of those who draw from three are dismissed as divine myth or concealed by royal decree. The seven great moon worlds of Cleaves. The seven moons of Cleaves. Orbiting the Titan world of Cleaves, each of the seven moons is the size of Earth, a living kingdom in its own right. Forged in chaos, baptized in blood, and tamed by none until the rise of the Butcher of Cleaves, these moons were once wild realms ruled by beasts, warring tribes, and elemental spirits. Each moon aligns with one of the great suns, Sul-Ra, Nerute, Zarkul, or Zorax, and bears a sacred name from ancestral Trisunians. First, moon of Imbraka, the fire Mors. Sun alignment Sulra, red sun. Dominant race, the flame-born, a tribe of obsidian-skinned warriors with volcanic blood. Wildlife, lava gorillas, fire serpents, ash storm leopards. Terrain, magma plains, obsidian cliffs and smoldering forests. War legacy, the 10,000 Roars War, where Flameborn tamed the fire god beasts and branded them as war mounts. Second moon of Kitona, the sky drums. Sun alignment Nerute, blue sun. Dominant race, the wind callers, nomads of the sky who live in floating cities. Wildlife, giant storm eagles, thunderbats, wind spiders who weave clouds. Terrain, floating islands, sky bridges and hurricane belts. War legacy, the great falling when sky kingdoms collapsed in aerial war, leading to the unification under the banner of the Golden Spear. Third moon of Itsamura, the thinking grove is. Sun alignment, Zakul, green sun. Dominant race, the root-bound scholars, a race with bark-like skin and symbiotic brain vines. Wildlife, psychic toads, ghost deer, mindflower trees that bloom only with blood. Terrain, verdant jungle cities, ancient ziggurats, sentient forests. War legacy, the silent siege, a 100-year war fought entirely through psychic warfare and disease. Full moon of Toshiba, the velvet dusks. Sun alignment, Noxtor, black sun. Dominant race, the moon-born, rumored children of the void. Wildlife, dream panthers, whispering shadows, void vipers. Terrain, bioluminescent plains, dark mirror lakes, eternal twilight. War legacy, the Veil revolt, when the Moonborn fought against their own dreams to wake into reality. 5 moon of Agonras, the Iron Depths. Sun alignment, Sulra, red sun. Dominant race, the hammer-blood subterranean warrior smiths. Wildlife, burrowing deathworms, armor crabs, or dragons. Terrain, endless cave networks, molten rivers, fortress barrens. War legacy, the sevenfold siege, a battle where the surface world tried and failed to breach the Hammerblood's vaults. 6. Moon of Anezehu, the ocean tomb, the sun alignment, Zorax, yellow sun. Dominant race, deep walkers, amphibious berserkers with luminous eyes. Wildlife, titanic crocodiles, ancient sea worms, sonar behemoths. Terrain, tidal trenches, sunken cities, blood reefs. War legacy, the Tide Rebellion, when the ocean itself rose to drown the stars. 7. Moon of Inyanga, the lunar mirror. Sun alignment, Nerute and Zakul, twin worship, blue and green. Dominant race, the twin-born, a spiritual people of balance and prophecy. Wildlife, crescent wolves, solar moths, truth beetles. Terrain, snow plains, mountain monasteries, mirrored valleys. War legacy, the battle of reflections, where warriors fought their mirror selves to unlock inner divinity. Each moon is a throne of ancient knowledge and ancestral rage. Before the rise of the Golden Spear, these moons were locked in perpetual conquest, each worshipping their sun, each declaring divine supremacy. Their unification under the Butcher of Cleaves came only through the Great Sun War, where all 7 moons were brought under one empire through fire, prophecy, and blood. The great third eye of women and the veil of the prophets. Before swords were drawn, before the suns were named, and before Cleaves bore the scars of war, there were the Seers, the mothers of sight, the mistresses of the veil, the keepers of the third eye. It is said that all life first passed through the veil of the foremothers, and through them the map of the omniverse was first sung into existence. The third eye is not flesh, it is flame. It burns upon the brow of the gifted woman, connecting her to the living hyperforce, and beyond it, to the whispers of the void. Through this eye she sees the past, walks the present, and tastes the possible future. Her words are not merely prophecy. They are warnings, weapons, and war songs. The veil and the map of the universe. The veil is more than a spiritual construct. It is the invisible thread between realms, the thin membrane between life and death, between possibility and inevitability. Women of Cleaves who are born with the third eye are called sisters of the line, for they walk the razor's edge of existence and non-existence. They do not worship the suns, for they see beyond them, into the bones of the omniverse, into the arteries of godly time. In ancient rites, these women gather in silence, dressed in fabrics woven from memory itself, to draw the celestial sails that guide souls through birth, war, love, and death. Every child born upon Cleaves is dreamed first by a seer. The prophecy of the Redeemer. Within the hidden scripts of the Third Eye Codex, a singular vision is spoken with dread and hope alike. The rise of the great Redeemer. He shall not ride in on wings of flame, nor cry aloud with sword in hand, but shall walk wounded in joy for others. The world shall break him, but from his brokenness a kingdom shall rise. He is the humble king of Superior. He shall suffer in delight for the righteous. He will not conquer with blade or blast, but with refusal to become the evil that devours the weak. This prophecy echoes across the 7 moons like thunder behind twilight. The Seers await this figure not to lead armies, but to awaken righteousness in a world devoured by strength, speed, knowledge, and war. Women as lifewevers and death watchers. Women in Cleaves are not merely advisors or wives, they are witches of history, engineers of the soul, and womb scribes of the realms. Every great leader of Cleaves, be they kings, generals, or gods, was blessed or broken by a woman who saw deeper than the stars. These witches speak the language of the void. uttering syllables that bend thought, collapse timelines, and bind fate.
Let its light awaken.
Many among them have died in silence, smiling, knowing they steered the future towards survival. They are not mourned, they are remembered. They are the mothers of the Tri-Sun.
Thank you.
And no throne stands without their whisper. In the combat rites of Cleaves, cutter, gun cutter, and the trials of suffrage. On Cleaves, war is not taught, it is breathed. Every boy, upon reaching his 5th cycle of life, is placed into the crucible of discipline and agony known as the 3 rites. These are not simply training regimens. They are spiritual awakenings, acts of purification and brutal rites of passage. Only those who survive are permitted to call themselves children of the Tri-Sun. Kata, the way of the blade. Kata is the first book, the sacred art of hand-to-hand and bladed combat. Passed down from blood to blood, Kata is as much spiritual meditation as it is warfare. The dark art of the 7 moons is taught in whispered temples and blood-ring arenas, where young boys must fight not only beasts, but themselves. The unchanging hand of God, the deadliest form of kata. It is said this technique once shattered the jawbone of one of the many faces of Satan. Whether truth or tale, the move is banned on all moons except in mortal duels. Demon katas. These forbidden forms walk the line between man and monster. Some claim these techniques open portals to unspeakable places. Others believe they allow one to fight in dreams and time. The fog of war. A style birthed in madness. It calls upon the screams of the battlefield, allowing its user to channel the chaos of all who have died in war since time began. It is rumored to possess the mind of the user permanently, blending rage and memory into a living weapon. Gunkata, the Book of the Gun. The Book of Gunkata is written in the forged tongue, a language of creation left behind by the legendary ghoulsmiths. To read it is to age, to understand it is to grieve. For Gunkata shows its reader what they can build and what they must destroy. Basics of the Gunkata. Masters can pause perception of time itself to aim with impossible accuracy. Some can build guns from discarded junk, breathing lethal function into inert material. Children begin by forging slings and rise to crafting thunder cannons. The curse of the pages. Those who dive too deep into the book often descend into sorrow, for it reveals not only the tools of war, but the cost of it. The reader begins to see death in design and destruction in beauty. Auto-reavers. These are the mythical weapons of legend, guns that can kill gods, eat time, or warp existence. Few have ever held one. None have survived wielding it without losing a part of themselves. Auto-reavers are advanced thunderlight cannons that shoot sun shells. Most beings in the universe can be killed with the various beams and radiation from the various suns that the children of the star worship. They are also known as sun-eaters, as Trishanaeans can absorb and redirect their own ammunition, and most that enemies can project towards them as well. The trials of suffrage, the final rite, the place where legends either rise or vanish. Few pass. The trial of suffrage begins with exile. A child is cast alone into the wilds of the 7 moons, left with no weapon, no food, no guide. The goal is not to kill, it is to live. Every day the moons push the child to the brink. Acidic rains, demon incursions, mutant flora, beasts that wear the skins of their prey. But the deeper truth of suffrage is not survival of the body, but of the spirit. Trial of holiness. If the child returns righteous, they are granted the gift of creation. They become builders, healers, and divine defenders of Cleaves. Trial of fury. If the child returns with hatred and bloodlust, they are given the gift of destruction. They are sent to the front lines, wielding ruin with no remorse. Balance cannot be granted. One cannot possess both life and death. That is a law of the omniverse. To create and destroy is a power reserved only for the gods or those who dare to defy them. Zion and Pandemonium are the final destinations of the soul. And who suffers in righteousness ascends to Zion, the golden veil of peace. He who yields to darkness is cast to Pandemonium, the realm of agony and memory. For war is sweet to the wicked, but bitter to the wise. Win the crimson wave, the galactic army of Cleaves. They are known by many names across the omniverse: the blood of the chosen, the winged terrors, the crimson rain. But to the people of Cleaves, they are simply the wave. Formed after the great unifying war of the Golden Spear, the Crimson Wave is more than an army. It is the soul of Cleaves made manifest, the culmination of generations of suffering, prophecy, and perfected warfare. Every soldier is trained from childhood. Every soldier has survived at least one trial of suffrage. Every soldier wears the weight of their ancestors' blood with pride and power. The armor of the chosen. Each warrior of the Crimson Wave dons a dual-layer armor system, ancient yet advanced, sacred yet technological. Lightshell exolayer. Modeled after the predator birds of the 3rd moon, the light armor is adorned in crimson, gold, and velvet black. Built for agility and flight, it contains firefly wings ablaze with kinetic plasma when deployed. These wings allow flight up to 300,000 feet and are visible across continents. Symbols of death descending from the sky. They are also capable of space flights by sky masters or high-ranking flying warriors who have been known to fly around their patron's sun, gill shift mode. The armor converts seamlessly into aquatic form, granting survival and combat capabilities at 1,000-mile nautical depths. It has been rumored that Guild Masters can operate at further depths, even without armor, relying on sun bubbles to maintain light, meditation, and sustainable breathable air in water and in other forms of liquids and deadly gases. Battle Skin acts as a first response medic system, regenerating limbs using microbiotic DNA weavers known as smart cells. Endoskeleton flesh layer. This layer is surgically and magically fused to the soldier's body post-initiation. It is alive, bonded to their nervous system, and grown from their own bloodline. Adaptive healing. It analyzes the battlefield for organic and inorganic matter to rebuild the body in real time. Battle mutation. Prolonged use in harsh environments causes the armor and user to evolve, resulting in mutated human forms better suited for survival. The light shield. This regenerative defense system is derived from a lost energy discipline found only on the first world moon. It functions via reverse kinetic siphoning, converting enemy attacks into defensive counterbursts. The Crimson Wave drains the will of its enemies before ever drawing a blade. The beauty of war. It is said that every soldier is born of Cleaves' most beautiful women, chosen not for vanity but for strength of spirit and genetic resilience. The result? A legion of warriors, as awe-inspiring as they are deadly. The Crimson Knight once lost his helmet in mid-battle. The Queen of the Fourth Moon laid down her arms and offered marriage. They paint with war. Their footsteps are like brushstrokes, their slashes a ballet, their gunfire a poem, and they are reapers who make carnage graceful. Legend of the Black Centurion. Of all Crimson Wave legends, none looms greater than the Black Centurion. Clad in armor darker than the void, he has only been seen once by the demon queen Sheba of the sixth moon. Her words: even in hell the beauty of heaven shines. Some say he is the last descendant of the original boy of the spear. Others say he is the spear itself, given form. To domestic life, politics, and the rise of a spacebound civilization. Though Cleaves was born in blood and forged in war, it did not remain a battlefield forever. After the 1,000-year reign of the Butcher of Cleaves, the world began to shift, from conquest to civilization, from myth to mastery. Urban life on Cleaves. Despite its size, 3 times the size of a high-scene world and 5 times larger than a gas giant, Cleaves is a living, breathing empire of vast diversity. Its cities are built like shrines, merging futuristic mega-architecture with ancient tribal art. Hovering ziggurats float beside waterfall-carved cliff palaces. Obsidian towers are engraved with ancestral runes and bloodline markings. Food and water systems. Sustenance is drawn from a mix of sun-harvesting algae towers, oceanic kelp reactors, and beast farming. Soldiers feast on protein-rich flesh of sky serpents and nutrient cakes engineered from lunar moss. Water is pulled from sky condensers filtered with crystal tech infused by green sun disciples. Social structure. Cleaves follows a futuristic feudalism model. Nobility is earned, not inherited, through trials, prophecy, or service in the Crimson Wave. Most citizens live under tribal governance infused with technological councils. Every house is connected to a sun core, syncing daily life with their chosen sun's cycle. Politics and governance. The High Manor of Cleaves rules from the capital city Superior, a city-state layered in 9 vertical levels representing the 9 paths of the Tri-Sun. The Banner Council includes military generals, sun priests, seers, and moon envoys. The King's seat, still held by the Butcher of Cleaves, though some whisper he no longer ages. Moon embassies. Each moon sends a representative, often a prophet, warrior, or both. Dissent is rare not because of fear, but faith. The people believe in the prophecy of the Redeemer and trust that even suffering plays a role in a higher, divine path. The rise of the first space fleet. It was only after 1,000 years of unity, when the last beast was tamed and the final moon was healed, that the Crimson Wave looked up again, toward the stars. The Skyforge project was initiated, a massive lunar orbital shipyard powered by 3 suns. Sunships powered by hyperforce-infused cores began venturing beyond the local system. Void-class explorers, elite soldiers trained to navigate the dangerous cracks in time-space caused by ancient void incursions. We once bled for moons, now we reach for gods. Cleaves has become not just a world, but a symbol of hope, of terror, of potential. Cleaves is more than a world. It is a revelation, a massive mythic realm that defies the laws of gods and time. Forged under the light of 3 eternal suns, Sul-Ra, Nerute, and Zahkul, and bound by the sacrifice of warriors, prophets, and dreamers, it is the one human creation in the omniverse, not born of the void. From its 7 living moons, each the size of large terrestrial world and ruled by ancient powers, to its crimson-hymned armies and soul-bound witches, Cleaves stands as a monument of transformation. A place where suffering is a right, glory is earned, and godhood is within reach, but only to those willing to pay its brutal toll. The future beyond the void. Now as Cleaves casts its gaze beyond its moons and suns, new frontiers awaken. The hyperforce once mastered only by mystics is becoming weaponized. Void incursions, long dormant, tremble with new movement. Unknown empires and forgotten deities beyond the dark veils are watching. The golden spear, Orikos the Soul Cleaver, has begun humming again in the royal vault. The Black Centurion has vanished. The seers of the Third Eye speak more often in tongues, and ships, like blades of prophecy, are piercing the skin of space. We are the children of the Tri-Sun. We do not fear the dark, for we were born in it. We do not seek war, but we do not run from it. We are not gods, but we have killed them, and we will do it again if the stars demand it. Blessed be the children of the light, and may their light shine forever across the stars. No matter how dim, may we never forget the twilight of man.
K2, boy, if you're hungry, put some wieners on the boil.